More specifically, I'm talking about the anxiety of friendship. I never would have guessed that I would struggle with making friends. To some degree, I don't. I'm immensely grateful for the people in my life and all those that helped shape me into who I am. But something changed without me ever realizing it did. When I gained in knowledge through the years, I lost in my ability to speak to strangers. Even now, I find what I'm saying far easier when explaining to a camera and having drafted this over a week's time. It's not that I don't want to be a great communicator, I just don't remember how, which is particularly annoying when I find it far simpler to communicate ideas now than when I was younger. Here's how I recognize the change. When I was little, I made friends easily. Going to school helped facilitate early relationships, and I could talk to anyone that had any semblance of shared interest. Moving to a new city made me nervous, but once I made my first connection, many soon followed. Middle school saw a change in my peers, and people became increasingly obsessed with who you were hanging out with. Only now looking back do I realize how much my friendships had already changed. I still had them, of course, and I didn't have any enemies to my knowledge, but the depth of my friendships was shallower. High school meant the introduction of specific groups for specific interests. Discussing theater with theater friends, video games with gamers, and calculus with nerds. Though I had close connections by the end of high school, all of my friendships had come from previous years. I didn't surround myself with new faces. And then the dread set in. College. A clean slate. I knew one person when I went, and panicked about meeting the rest. As fate would have it, I found more people to help me survive. A family of friends that carried me through to graduation day. That's how I choose to remember it. I ignore the fighting, the people that came and went, and the fact that I spoke to roughly 10 people on a regular basis for all those years, yet barely connected with anyone in my own department. I was lucky. On the first day, someone had to sit next to me. Afterwards, people drifted again, and a new college meant new people forced to sit with you. But between those institutions, I worked many jobs. Odd jobs. I didn't make a single connection. Because at work, no one is forced to like you, or to talk to you, or even lamely ask what you're doing there. You work because that's why you're there. I have new friends. Fewer friends. Sometimes I feel as though I don't really know them. Am I worn down from all this friend hunting? Am I preventing myself from new connections out of fear? And I know the TV specials are right. True friends don't care what you talk about. They don't care if there are silences or lapses in communication. They just care about you. And if you want to make friends, you just need to find something in common and make an effort. It's all true. I've heard it. I've seen it. I felt it. At the end of the day, maybe it was never easy. Maybe it will never be. Maybe you don't just make friends, you find them. And they find you. And that's good enough.